Welcome to Project 7. This gets to be a little fun here. We're working with photographic image instead of merely a dot or a letter form. I went to Google Images. If you go to google.com and click the tab that says Images, I happen to type just the word tree. And I like this because it has lots of fine geometric points that are going to make a really interesting design once they mirror up. And one of the first hits was on this New York Times article. So I clicked on the thumbnail and got to the larger picture. You have two choices. You can right click on it and then left click copy image, then come over to Photoshop and go File New, say OK, and then Edit Paste, and the tree should pop right in there. Alternately, you can right click on the tree in the New York Times or wherever you are, or whatever image you're working with, and save image as another option. Put it in the desktop or wherever you know you'll be able to find it, and then from Photoshop say File Open, and here we go. So either works just great. So again, to keep our file size reasonable and to make the project work well, I'm going to put in 2 inches by 2 inches height and width at 72 dots per inch here, using the crop tool. These are the options for the crop tool. And I'm going to click and drag around a segment of the tree here. And when I hit enter, it's going to make that exactly 2 by 2 inches at 72 dpi. Okay, so again, select all, Control A, copy it, Control C, and then come to Image, Canvas Size, and make the canvas 8 by 8. Should be getting used to this by now. So say OK to that. I've anchored it. And zoom out so I can see the whole canvas. Great. Okay, what I'm going to do here is now paste, Control V. 3 more here. And you know what? This first one, this is what happens, is it's on the background layer and it doesn't want to move. And I don't love the position of that one. See this background? It's up in the top corner of it. And the background has a lock on it. When you double click this layer, it'll change it to layer 0. I don't love all this extra canvas attached to it, so because it's unlocked, I'm just trashing it. This checkerboard pattern means transparency, and when we flatten this, it'll turn white, so don't worry about the checkerboard. So I'm putting in another independent layer in here, so I have 4 independent squares again. And I'll zoom in on this area so you can see better here. Okay, so I want to pick an area that I want to be towards the center, and I think I'll say the lower right one here should be the center. So I'm going to take the left one like previously and go Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, just like so. This top one, I'm going to flip vertically, Edit, Transform, Flip Vertical. And this one has to go both ways, Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and Flip Vertical. Good. Get everything aligned up. Let me zoom in, really zoom in so I can get these perfectly aligned here. I use the arrow key here to nudge this. Okay, good enough. So zoom back out. Hit the wrong button here. Sorry about that. Control 0 zooms me out. I hit Control O, which is open. That's what paused there. Layer flatten. See what happened? The checkerboards went away because we're all flat into one background layer now. Now here's a trick that you want to know is I want to select just the square and copy and paste it. I have all this white out here. I could use the rectangle marquee and I could try to finagle it in here, but a faster, easier thing to do is to click on the wand and click on the white area here. And right there. Okay, and notice I have all the white selected and not the tree area here. So I can select inverse, and what happens is now the tree gets selected. So I'm going to copy this, Control C and paste, Control V, V, and V, and move them out. Just like that. And this is one variation of many I could make. I could use a different side of the tree. I could use different trees, of course. And I can zoom in and show you that a little bit. It's good to zoom in to get everything perfectly aligned also. Use your arrow keys to nudge whatever you need to do. And layer flatten image. What would inversion look like here? Nah, it's okay. There are other filters, as I mentioned in here previously. Artistic sponge, for instance. What would that do? And the fun thing about these filters is you can play with the sliders and see what a filter would do. And the filter could be great, it could be a mess. In this case, I don't like it very much, so I'm going to cancel that. Or I could look at film grain. That's kind of interesting. That's another filter in here. And I like what that's doing. I'm off the page here a little bit, sorry about that. Neon glow, that's really weird. These are just filters that, let's see if I can move that in for you better. That's neon glow, rough pastels, poster edges, sponge, watercolor, and again, all these filters have sliders so that you can adjust them exactly what you want to do, and hit cancel there. Something I mentioned on the syllabus is that we can reduce this to pure black and white also. So let's try that. That's image adjustment threshold right here. And there's a slider here that I can move back and forth to experiment if I wanted to make this a perfect black and white stamp like the previous projects. I'm going to hit cancel on that. So that's it. Try a few of these, have fun, and see you in the next project.